Hi Rachel, I'm Sam. I will be your physiotherapist today, conducting this assessment. How are you today?
Good one.
That's good. Just before we start, Rachel, I was just wondering, have you ever been to a physiotherapist before?
No, first time.
Okay, well, I'll just tell you a little bit about what we do. So we're experts in movement and function of the muscles, and our job is to try and get your functioning level back to previous before the injury, or as close to that if the injury doesn't allow us to do that. Okay. For the start, we'll be doing a subjective assessment, which just allows me to find out a little bit more about you and a little bit more about your injury to give me just a greater understanding of what's going on. Okay. Let's get started then, Rachel. So could you just tell me a little bit about what has brought you in here today?
Last week on Saturday, I was playing a basketball game, and as I shot the ball and landed, after the shot, I just felt really bad on my knee, and just below my kneecaps were quite bad. Yeah, and then we went to emergency just after the game just to check and get some X-rays and ultrasounds to make sure there's no nerve damage or broken bone. There was none, and then they referred us to a physio to maybe help get some more movement and not so much pain.
Okay, thank you for that explanation. So it's good that the hospitals ruled out any broken bones or anything like that. But just for me to get a good understanding of what I can do. So when you had that fall, how did you come down on the knee? Was it more of a twist, or was it directly down pressure on the knee, or how was it when you fell?
More directly down pressure on my knee joint there, yeah.
Okay, great. So like the force went through the knee?
Yes.
Okay. And when that force went through the knee, what kind of pain were you feeling? Was it more of a sharp pain, or was it more of a shooting sharp nerve pain? What pain were you feeling then, Rachel?
Well, it wasn't very stiff. Like, I still felt like it was pretty good. It was just very sharp pain and like pulsating, but it was, quite sore.
Okay. And when that injury happened, Rachel, just so I know the severity of the pain and throughout your daily activities that you're doing now, on a pain level of 1 to 10, with 10 being not much pain at all, 1 being not much pain at all, and a 10 being the most pain you've ever felt, whereabouts on that scale were you, Rachel?
Probably an 8. It was quite painful.
Okay, so quite a bad pain, and you're in quite a bit of pain. Okay then. Well, that's good to know. That gives me a little bit of an understanding of what's going on there. Just to get a bit of an understanding of your past history in medical, I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions on that. So, have you ever had any surgery done on your knee before, Rachel?
No.
No surgery? Okay. And have you had any knee trouble with that knee before previously?
No, neither of my knees.
No. Okay. And you haven't had any investigations done besides the scans and the X-rays that you had for this injury?
No.
No. Okay. Thank you. And just a question on your general medical health and well-being. How's your health been overall in the last 10 years, Rachel?
Yeah, pretty good. I haven't had to see the doctor much. Haven't had any surgeries or sicknesses. It's been pretty good.
Oh, that's good. That's always good news when you're not going to the doctor too much. And are you currently taking any medication at the moment, Rachel?
No medication, just like ibuprofen to help with the swelling.
Okay, that's completely understandable. That's great that you're doing that to help. And just another question of your overall health, Rachel. Have you had any problems with your bladder or bowel movements at the moment?
No, they're pretty good.
Okay, they're going well. That's good to know. Just a bit about on your family history as well, Rachel, just to get a bit of the background. Does your family have any history of knee trouble at all?
No, not to what I know of. Like, my grandma has a bit of arthritis, but no knee trouble. No.
Okay, that's good to know. And are there any inherited health issues in your family, Rachel, to say joint or any sort of pains around any joints in the body at all?
No, not what I know of.
Not to what you know of? Okay, thank you. That's great. Now I'm just going to ask you a little bit about on your social history, on your hobbies, and what access you had to care and all that for your knee. So besides basketball, Rachel, do you participate in any other hobbies in the week that your knee's restricting you from being able to participate in?
Just tennis that I play on Wednesday nights. Yeah.
Okay, and you obviously can't play that at the moment with your knee injury and your basketball as well at the same time. We'll try and get you back to that as soon as possible.
That would be good.
And have you, just so I know, health-wise, have you got any family or friends close by that can help you around getting you to physio or around the house to help you keep off that knee a little bit?
My family's pretty busy, but my friend, I would probably have some friends that will be able to help me. Yeah.
And they may be able to help you with a few different things. Oh, that's really great, Rachel. And just to have a little bit of idea on what your home situation's like, have you got any stairs in your house or anything that you're struggling with, so we can practice with that at physio to help you be able to do that, or any trouble doing your normal duties around the house?
Well, I live in the garage, so it's pretty flat. I don't have any difficulties inside the house, but outside it's a bit difficult to hang up the washing since it's like on a raised terrace there, so it gets a bit difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, but that would be something really good to get help with the washing.
Okay, sure. Well, I can write a letter to one of my other team members that deals with that sort of stuff, and maybe I'll write a note down and we can try and get something sorted out.
That would be really good, yeah.
That's good. Not a problem at all. And in terms of getting to physio, are you having any troubles with driving with your knee or being able to get here at all?
Driving is really difficult, just in that bent position. It is a bit hard.
Okay, sure. Well, we can always offer, if you would like, for a community physio to be able to come to your house to stop you from having to come to physio to allow your knee to heal a little bit faster.
I'd definitely be interested in that.
Okay, sure. Well, I'll write that a note down, and afterwards I'll take a little bit of a look into that for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're more than welcome. And now I'm just going to ask you a question, Rachel, in your daily duties. Is there anything that in particularly aggravates your knee throughout the day?
Just mainly at the moment I'm not doing sports, so really travelling to and from work. Work's okay, so I'm a secretary and I'm sitting, but just driving the bent position is quite difficult. Yeah, to drive by 10 minutes is quite painful, and that 8th level pain is quite sore.
Oh wow, so it comes on quite fast.
Yeah, it does.
And that's from having your leg fully extended on the accelerator?
Yes.
That's what's causing that pain?
Yeah, or even having it in a slight bent
or in that bent position as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That gives me a good idea of what is affecting the knee there.
Mm-hmm.
And when that does happen, how long does that pain last for, Rachel?
Oh, yeah, I get to work and then I rest for half an hour, so a couple of hours, yeah.
A couple of hours, and that's at that higher pain level, and slowly then comes back down.
Yeah.
And is that sharp pain again that you're feeling now? Okay, so it's the sharp pain again. Okay, that's good to know. And just on the opposite side, is there anything that helps ease your pain, Rachel?
Just taking ibuprofen for the swelling and then elevating it on a chair at work when I arrive. Yeah.
Okay, and elevating it on the chair then releases the pain back down and gives you a comfortable feeling?
Yeah.
Almost back to zero, or you still got a little bit of pain now?
Probably about 2. There's always this constant pain.
So there's a constant pain throughout the day no matter what you're doing, if you're sitting or moving. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good to know. And how long does that effect last for when you're taking that pain away, the easing factor? Does it last too long, or...?
Well, I take my ibuprofen every 4 to 8 hours, so it starts to then ease after a couple of hours. It definitely does, yeah.
Okay, yep, okay, that's good. That's all good. And so I just got another special question for you now, Rachel. Not so much with the aggravating factors, but how does your pain look on an overall of 24 hours? Mm-hmm. So from when you get up in the morning, how does that pain change throughout your day with your daily routine? Mm-hmm.
I'll get up in the morning and it's probably about a level of 2. But then as I get into walking around and going driving in the car, so it aggravates it back up again. I take my ibuprofen, and then at the end of the day I get exhausted, so I go to bed and rest in the morning. Or going to bed and having it elevated sleep often makes it feel a lot better. So then over the next 24 hours it does improve.
Okay, so that's really good then. So it's not all throughout the night or anything like that. No. It's mainly when you are on that knee. That's when you're getting the pain, and then that rest allows it to ease back down again.
That's definitely.
Okay, that's really good to know. That gives me a good idea of how you're functioning throughout the day. Mm-hmm. Okay, Rachel, so you've told me about your injury. I've got a better idea there. So we'll work slowly together to get through that. But just for you, what is your main concern coming to physio? What would you like to get out of coming to physio?
Just reducing my pain, so I have this full movement, getting back into both my sports, and then also being able to drive. Yeah, being able to have assistance with this. I have a home physio that would be good, or the assistant with hanging up the washing. That would be something that I definitely like to get out of.
Okay, that's wonderful, and we can definitely help you to get along with all those things. That's wonderful. Okay, Rachel, well, we can get into the objective assessment next. But thank you for today, and thank you for coming in. We'll see you again.
Okay,
thank you, Rachel.